Gorgomoth Pextrogon, Craglogar. These are some of the great stone giants of Atlantis, which defended the city against its enemies for centuries. Their legendary might fended off invaders and great beasts of the sea during the reign of some of Atlantis's most revered emperors. These colossal stone golems were imbued with a living force, which gave them the power to defend Atlantis. These Goliath defenders protected the city from creatures that came from deep in the sea, from massive leviathans to hideous creatures that struck fear into Poseidon himself. During the reign of Emperor Thalsador, the stone giants were used extensively both to defend Atlantis against invasion, but also to wage crusades to crush the surrounding civilizations. These transgressions were commonly referred to as the Great Crusades of Thalsador, which pushed the borders of Atlantis outward, and up into some of the more land-based areas. The history of the stone giants and their origins is not well documented, but we will try to piece together parts of this lost history and explore different accounts of these awesome and powerful beings. Some accounts state that the stone giants were constructed by human hands and then imbued with life force and consciousness by the high priests. Other accounts mention that they were simply willed into existence by one of Thalsador's distant ancestors during a time of the Empire's great need. However they came into being, there were many of them that guarded Atlantis, but three distinct colossi rose to prominence. Gorgomoth was the oldest, largest, and wisest of the stone giants. His power was renowned throughout the Atlantean Empire. Some accounts said that Gorgomoth was made from pieces of Poseidon's temple itself, which gave him a deep connection to the sea god. Pextrogon was said to have been the brother of Gorgomoth. Clever, cunning and ripe with guile, Pextrogon was often seen as the black sheep of the stone giants, often in disagreement with his fellow colossus, and sometimes with the empire itself. Although Pextrogon usually fought alongside his brethren, there are few accounts of dark campaigns led by Pextrogon against the Atlantean Empire towards the end of Atlantis. Craglogar helped lead several campaigns into several surrounding kingdoms, and helped expand the borders of Atlantis during its golden age. During the height of the Atlantean Empire, the great stone giants of Atlantis faced their most daunting task yet, a terrible sea beast that had risen suddenly from the depths of the sea. Legend had it that the creature had once been a part of the mighty Poseidon himself. In ancient times, before the age of man, Poseidon had suffered a terrible wound in a battle against a great sea monster. Desperate to save himself, Poseidon had torn off a piece of his own body and thrown it into the sea, where it had eventually grown and taken on a life of its own. The creature, now known as the dreaded Leviathan, had become a powerful force in the ocean, feared by all who knew of its existence. It had grown in size and strength over the centuries, and its thirst for power and destruction had led it to attack any kingdom or civilization that it deemed a threat. Gorgomoth, the oldest and wisest of the stone giants, led the charge against the Leviathan. He knew that the creature's connection to Poseidon made it even more dangerous, but he also knew that they had a duty to protect the people of Atlantis, and the other kingdoms along the coast. He summoned his brothers, Pextrogon and Craglogar, to join him in the battle against the Leviathan. The three stone giants knew that they needed a solid plan to take down the beast. They studied its movements, its strengths and weaknesses, and came up with a strategy to wear it down. Gorgomoth led the charge, using his immense size and strength to keep the Leviathan at bay, while Pextrogon used his cunning and guile to distract the beast and strike at its weak spots. Craglogar, the most noble of the stone giants, stood by his brother's sides and provided support wherever it was needed. The Leviathan was a formidable opponent, but the stone giants fought with all their might. They used their strength and intelligence to slowly wear the beast down. The battle was intense and lasted for hours, with the Leviathan lashing out at the stone giants with all its fury. But the stone giants were relentless, and they refused to give up. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the Leviathan let out a terrible roar and collapsed to the ocean floor. The stone giants looked on as the creature's body dissolved into sea foam, its power returning to the ocean from which it had come. The victory was hard-earned, but the stone giants knew that they had saved Atlantis and the other kingdoms along the coast from the Leviathan's wrath. Gorgomoth was the leader of the group, but he knew that he could not have achieved victory without the talents of his brothers. Pextrogon's cunning and Craglogar's nobility had been invaluable in the battle against the Leviathan. The three stone giants stood side by side, victorious, knowing that they would face many more challenges in the future, but also knowing that as long as they stood together, they could overcome any obstacle that came their way. As we explore the hidden history of our ancestors, join us on our journey as we delve deep into the mysteries and enigmas of our ancient past. Through our channel, we aim to uncover the secrets that have been hidden for centuries and reveal the true history of our ancestors. With your help, we can piece together the puzzle of our past and shed light on the fascinating and often overlooked aspects of human history. Join our channel and become a part of this exciting exploration into the unknown depths of our ancient world, and reveal the secret truth about our ancient past.